Okay, so I've finished reaming out the valve stem hole. So this is the air chuck that I have. Now it's like pretty much I could like stick it all the way through. Right? See that? It's pretty much the whole head goes right through. So now I could basically use the air chuck instead of using a stupid adapter. So I reamed it out, and again I used a deburring tool. And deburring tool, I showed it a little bit before. You just work it until it's big enough. And when you do that, be mindful of the little shavings, the chips, that they don't go into your motor, because you know that this is aluminum, and it comes in contact with this, and when you turn it on, it could cause a short circuit, and you could fry your motor. So my advice is to get some tape, and like painter's tape or something, and tape this up so that way you cover it, so that way there's no shavings. And once you're done, if you have an air compressor, blow everything out. If you don't have an air compressor, just blow it out as best you can. Clean it up as best you can, all the shavings, all the chips. Then you can take off the tape. So I'm good there. I'm all good. Now I can just put this thing back together. Let's put this back together. So, see, the stem is over here. So I'm gonna be like this, and this is a tight fit right here, because this bearing right here, this is where the bearing sits in. So this is a very snug fit. So be aware of that. Just put it in so that way it's nice and it goes in nice and straight. So it's not cocked over, and it will should slide in. Try to put even pressure on this thing. Oops, shit, what's my valve stem? Lost my valve stem hole. Where's it at? Oh, it's over here. Jeez. Okay, let me wedge it out a little bit. It's my big screwdriver. Wedge it out just a little bit. Go 180 degrees. There it goes. Oh, yeah, there it goes. There's my valve stem. So I'm going to try to push this thing down evenly. Oops. There it goes. Here to pop in. I need to recenter it. Recenter all those holes. Oh man, it's tight. Just move this over a little bit. Push it over. It's very, very, very snug fit. So I'm just using this to push this over, so I have some kind of contact point here, so I could just push. I'm pushing on the screwdriver right here with my thumb, and this right here is in the hole right there, so it's pushing over. Okay, almost centered, not quite. And move over just a few more degrees. Oops. Okay, I think I got it. Nope, almost. A little bit more. Okay, I think one more. Okay. I think that's good. I have to push it just a tiny bit more. Okay, I think I'm pretty good now. Okay, I believe the holes are centered. Once those holes are centered, you could screw these screws back on. Remember, they are these are countersunk holes with countersunk screw heads using Torx driver, Torx number 20, size 20. So these are machine screws, meaning the thread was machined. So they're very precise. They have a very precise fit. So when you have and they're also fine, they're pretty fine pitch. The thread pitch is very fine. So when you have something that's very fine, one way to prevent it from cross threading is when you have it in there, spin it counterclockwise. Then it will seat. Let's say this thing is cocked out over. You try to keep it as perpendicular as possible. Spin it counterclockwise, it will seat. Once it seats, it should be pretty much perpendicular, and the male and female threads are aligned, and now you can spin it clockwise. So that's your tip of the day on knot stripping, on how to knot strip fine threads. And you know, it works on coarse threads too, but with coarse threads you're less likely to cross strip, because they're so coarse that when you put the male side into the female side, they're so coarse that they pretty much fall right in place, lined up properly. Most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, unless the threads are really bad. But fine threads, though, you have to be very careful, because it's very easy to cross thread them. You don't want to cross thread them; it just gives you headaches, big headaches. It's more work. All right, so hopefully I don't ever have to take this thing off again until I have to change the tire, or my tube is punctured really bad. I'm actually, the reason why I did this to get easy access to the air chuck, but also I'm gonna add in some sealant, some goop in here to prevent punctures, or seal up the punctures, I should say. The puncture will happen, but the goop will fill up the hole and block the hole, and then prevents it from leaking. Okay, it was on hand tight, or finger tight, I should say. Go back to the wrench now. Well, I'm gonna do it really lightly, real light. Everything's real light. Okay, go back again. Start over. So what I end up right here. Let's start over here. Again, kind of light. The reason why I'm doing it light first is because I want to make sure that this cap is actually seated all the way down. Otherwise, if it's not seated all the way down, and you crank down on one side, it's gonna get cockeyed, and it's gonna kind of give you problems. Okay, so now I can tighten it up. So pick that side wherever. I'm gonna go right here. So always a cross pattern. When you're screwing stuff together, always make sure you do a cross pattern. So that's it. So it's all together there. Now I just need to put the wheel back onto the fork here. So be mindful of how this thing bent. It has sort of a right angle on the cable here. So I kept it at that angle the whole time. I don't think I changed that orientation. Well, maybe I did. Okay. Actually, you know what? I did change the orientation. Let's see. Okay, now that's the correct orientation. What I was looking at the print on the cable. If the print on the cable is all twisted, that means the cable got twisted. So I sort of untwisted it. Okay, like that. Let's see. This side has the. So remember this washer here. It has a little nub. The nub faces in, or faces outward away from the wheel, and it goes into the slot where the fork is. That little space over here, it goes in like so. So basically, it takes up that space where the fork is. Okay, so you gotta position it so the way it's supposed to be, like that. This one I can put on later. I'm gonna do this side. Both of them should be the same direction, like so. I'm gonna screw a couple of threads in to the way it holds in place. So I'm doing that counterclockwise again. Counterclockwise until it seats. This thing has so much Loctite in it that's kind of stuck. So counterclockwise until I can feel it seat. Right there. So now I can spin it clockwise, and it's not cross-threaded. If I had just tried to screw it on there without doing that seating, it probably would have cross-threaded, because it wasn't square with each other. Okay, put there. So I did it with this side too, doing that counterclockwise motion. Oh shit. So I'm gonna do the back side, and you guys won't be able to see it, so no big deal. Again, remember that little tab, make sure it takes up, it bridges the gap right here, so that's what you want. Okay, so up. I'm gonna use my socket wrench on the other side since it's easy accessible. So put some weight into it. I have no idea how much torque this thing is. It's an 18mm nut, so the torque is probably 18mm nut. The torque is probably pretty high. It's probably like at least 30 foot-pounds, maybe even 40 foot-pounds. But I just basically did it by feel. So here, I should be. Let's see if I just. Where's my open wrench? Let me see if I could spin this down first. It's in there. Oops, it's off. The thing that is off on here on this side, anyways. Not the other side, but on this side, that little tab that I mentioned. The little tab with the. Is it aligned? It doesn't look like it's aligned. Okay, the tab's a little bit off. Let's see. We can move that little tab over. Okay, it's aligned. It's aligned. It's just thought it wasn't. I thought it wasn't. It was. Again, spin the counterclockwise until you feel the seat. Okay, that's. There's so much Loctite on this thing that it doesn't spin very freely. So I'm just gonna do this lightly until I actually need to torque it. Then I will use the flare nut on here. Okay, pretty much stopped. Now we can use the flare nut. Torque this thing down. I might have to put my foot on the platform, so it doesn't flip the scooter up. Okay. So that's the wheel on. Let's see how much more time do I have. That's the wheel on. So I think the rest of it, the covers, is pretty it's kind of self-explained. So I'm not gonna do a video on that, I don't think. Anyways, yeah, so that's it. Just make sure the holes are all lined up together and do the reverse counterclockwise before you tighten up on the screws, and you should be good. Alright, thanks for watching.